Hi cuties, welcome back to the Royal Diaries. I am Ginger Nichelle and I am your fashion entrepreneur godmother for today. This is a channel where we talk everything fashion entrepreneurship, and just that glam life of being a fashion brand and working in the fashion industry. Today our topic is when to know you are in the right spot to hire help for your brand. This isn't something that I actually get a lot, but I think this would be a very helpful question for people who are building their brand, trying to figure out how to navigate it, taking notes, writing your business plan, trying to figure out all budgeting items that you need to budget for before you fully launch. This is just a great idea to think about, or something to keep in the back of your head, or take notes, or put a little star next to. Just knowing when it's the right time to hire, because some people hire out the gate and they have someone hired for each little part of their business, or some people just start full-fledged and be a one-person show like myself, and hire along the way. But in the beginning, in the growing pains, just start by doing everything yourself. One of the first things is you are doing something that you actually don't enjoy doing, or perhaps you're not very good at it. Perhaps you want to have someone who has more years of experience doing what you're doing, or maybe even the same amount of experience, but they have that one task of just working on that part of the business. For example, if you are a designer that does not like pattern making, but perhaps loves the sewing portion of it and the design portion of it, maybe you can just have a pattern maker to help bring your sketches, ideas to life, and then you can sew them yourself. Also, for example, if you don't want to sew or pattern make, you just want to design, it might be a good idea for you to look for a pattern maker, look for a sewer, or look for a small manufacturing company that can take on doing your patterns and doing your sewing for your brand. Another reason is that perhaps you want to offer something for your online store, for your brick and mortar store, just to your customers that you yourself do not feel comfortable creating, or you yourself cannot do it at all. For example, perhaps in your e-commerce store, you would like to start offering jewelry, purses, and handbags, but you don't really want to focus on doing jewelry. You really want to focus on design. You don't want to focus on trying to figure out how to do handbags and make that. It might be a hobby of yours that you want to keep a hobby. You don't want to turn it into a business. So finding jewelry designers or finding purse makers, handbag makers, etc. will be better for you and for your brand, so you don't have to worry about creating it. It's just you buy it wholesale, you have the price, you buy a certain amount, you have it on your site, you think that it will work well with what you're selling and who you are, so you just sell that, and then you don't have to worry about making more merchandise. Like I said, you might want to just keep your hobby as a hobby of maybe some jewelry design, maybe some handbag making, but you don't really want to sit there and worry about making everything from scratch and have to worry about manufacturing it. You just want the finished product and have it available in your store. Another example might be you just don't want to do it anymore. I was talking to a friend of mine who also is a designer, and they're coming out with new merchandise for their store. And one of the first things that they told me that they're going to put in place is to have someone answer customer service emails, customer service phone line, all of that, because they do not want to deal with handling a bunch of emails, reading a bunch of emails, going back and forth with the customer, them asking where their order is, or how long it ships, or can you send more pictures, and yada yada yada, whatever. They don't want to deal with any of that. So she has told me that up front she's already going to have a customer service person, probably her family member, but she's going to have a dedicated customer service person to handle that. So this can work with all aspects of the design process, because you have the design, you have technical designers, you have pattern makers, you have sewers, you have all these different people that make one garment come together, believe it or not. So perhaps you don't want to handle the technical design part. You want to have a technical designer, someone that's really good at fit and understanding fit, and you have a couple fit sessions with them. They either do it virtually or in person, and you really just see it, and you're telling them like, I really like it when the shoulders are a little bit more wider. So they know that, so that when they're building the tech pack, they're talking to the manufacturer about fit and things. They know that you like the shoulders maybe a little bit wider than actually stopping where your shoulder and neck kind of meet. Another huge aspect that you might not want to handle: the accounting, the bookkeeping, the taxes, the seller's permit, the wholesale license, the business license, handling people's 1099s. If you have people working directly for you, if you're going to be a sole proprietorship, if you're going to be an LLC, if you're going to be an S corporation, all those things, perhaps you don't really want to handle that per se. You would rather have someone handle that, give you that information, and then you can make your decision on what you want to do for your business. That might be a really good person to hire. If you hire no one else, you just have to make sure that all your things legally are up to date, right? Because you do not want someone either taking advantage of you and you have no recourse, no contracts, no nothing, or if they come after, let's say they want to come after you, heaven forbid, but maybe they want to sue you, maybe they don't want to sue you, maybe they'll sue your LLC, so they'll sue your business, so you don't have to worry about getting your personal property attached to your business or suing you. They sue the business entity. So there's a lot of information just about what type of business you want to be. I know a lot of people go straight for LLC because they think that's the best one, and honestly, it depends on your business model. It depends on how much money you're making monthly, yearly, all of that before you decide to actually get an LLC. If you're going to be a partnership, that's also something to think about. Who owns what happens if someone is unable to continue with the business? What happens when somebody wants to sell the business? There's all those things to think about. So typically it's best to do the research yourself, but then hire a professional to really handle it. Also, if you're not great with business taxes versus your personal taxes, you definitely want to hire a tax person to handle that for you. Even if, you have to pay a little bit out of pocket more than maybe you want to, at least legally, you have everything that you need to have, and you don't need to worry about any type of hiccups that come along the way. I'm going to close by saying there are going to be parts of your business that you're going to have to handle. Maybe you don't want to, but maybe at least in the beginning, until you get a good groove, until you really know what you want to do with your business, how your target customers, the direction they're going in, how much money you're making and pulling in every month, all those things you're going to have to look at perhaps first before you decide on immediately hiring someone. Now, if you are in a good spot where you have investors or someone to really just give you the money and you can invest in people, you just have to make sure you choose the right people to invest in. It's very easy to say, oh, I'll hire my friends and everything will be fun and great, but if your friends aren't professional, or they're the type that maybe gets fired at lots of jobs or let go, and they constantly have new jobs, maybe you don't want to hire them, because if they can't work in other corporate structured environments, they might not be great working in even a structured environment that you're trying to have. So definitely keep in mind the things that you do not want to do. Maybe make a list of items that you definitely will do for your business if it comes down to it. Things that you definitely are like, I am not going to do any of this because this is just a lot of work for myself to figure out. Maybe just looking into those. So just make a list of what you want to do, that you will absolutely do for your business no matter what. Make another list of items that you will do for your business, may do, may not do. And then just make a list of just things that you will absolutely not do for your business, because once you know exactly where you stand, then you can budget for it, then you can plan for it, and then you know when you need to actually hire someone and when you can keep everything doing it all yourself. Now, doing everything yourself isn't sustainable 100% unless you have all the time in the world, like your customers are okay waiting. Let's say you have 100 customers a month and they are willing to wait several weeks before they get their items because you make everything by hand and you take a certain amount of clients. Some people work that way as well, where they do hand make everything. They do want to keep the quality a certain way, so they hand make everything. They have a wait list. Those are all possible things as well. But if you are trying to be a brand that is trying to send things out quickly, trying to keep on top of a bunch of orders, you don't have a wait list. It's really like they order, you send out, order, make, send out. You want to definitely think about hiring help, because even someone doing one extra job for you will help you tremendously. Even for example, this year I was able to hire several interns. So the interns that I hired were able to help me with blogging on my website, social media, editing my videos, and working on line sheets and looking at buyers and things and contacting them. So I've had a lot of items that have taken off my plate. I mean, of course, things get taken off, things get added on, but I actually have been able to have a lot more time to work on my business, which is great because I don't have to blog every week anymore. I don't have to post on social media every day at certain times of the day, and there's also apps for those that you can use so that it can post on social media different times a day, so you don't have to worry about constantly trying to, oh, it's 2:00, better post. Oh, it's this time, better post. You have it all laid out and you spend a day laying it out. It's helped tremendously because now I have a team to help me. So if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any other questions. Drop them in the comments. Let me know, have you tried hiring someone? Do you have any horror stories you'd like to share? Do you have some great stories you would like to share of hiring friends or family? Feel free to share this video with somebody who may be thinking about hiring someone, but they're not really sure if they are ready or not really sure how they should go about it. Share this video with them so they can know and see. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out the other videos on my channel. Be sure to check out my website, lroyaltyclothing.com, where I sell everything that is Barbie inspired, Harajuku inspired, and all things pink. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Stay cute and stay unique. Bye.